Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I am bringing you my team building analysis video for week number 2 of Division 2 Season 4 for Pokemon Premier League. Yes indeed. Now, after last week's unfortunate loss, we are looking to get back on track with a win over my next opponent, and that is none other than my man RTK and the Portland Timburrs. His links down there in the description below, make sure you check them out. His team, it was a weird team. People didn't rank it too highly when it was first drafted. His team at the time of facing me, Tapu Fini, Nidoqueen, Dragonite, Porygon 2, Cortana, Arcanine, Thundurus Incarnate, and Hitmonchan. People thought it was a weird setup with the Tapu Fini and the misty terrain with a lot of Pokemon that like to pass around status. Either way, I figured I had a pretty decent matchup here. I should say his Z-move users, by the way, Cortana, Dragonite, and the special one is Nidoqueen. So let's get right into my team. You can see them on the left of your screen. First up, Terrakion making his debut, Barrett with the Choice Scarf, Close Combat, Poison Jab, Stone Edge, and Earthquake. We've got Max Attack, 156 Speed, Jolly, and the rest 100 into HP. Yeah, it's a pretty standard .jpeg Scarf Terrakion. It's built to outpace the next fastest thing on his team, which is going to be the Arcanine, a potential max speed Arcanine there. I will be outspeeding. I don't think he'd bring a Scarfed Arcanine, but you never know with RTK, he can mix things up. Yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. You know, I can't no point running max speed. I can't outpace the Cortana anyway. But I am heartened by the fact that he if he's bringing it, he kind of has to bring Choice Scarf Cortana in order to outpace Terrakion. Terrakion's base 108, Cortana 109. And it also means I'm outpacing a Dragonite at +1 if he wants to get up a DD. Next up, we have Ibra the Zapdos with physically defensive this time, not Speed F, max HP, max physical defense with that bold nature. Roost, Volt Switch, Heat Wave, and Defog. This is my go-to counter to Cortana. There's very little it can do to me. Other physical attackers, the potential Arcanine, Hitmonchan maybe, Nidoqueen less likely I can take hits from. I think I just mentioned Dragonite as well. And it can tank hits from some of his specially oriented defensive ones, the likes of the Tapu Fini, and again the Arcanine in there as well. And certainly the P2, that might be a little bit dodgy. Next up we have another debutant. This is going to be Oxide the Salazzle. Life Orb set here, Flamethrower, Sludge Wave, Hidden Power Ice, and Knockoff. We've got 44 HP, 252 special attack, 212 speed, timid. Yeah, Knockoff Salazzle, not a thing that people often know it gets, and I'm kind of hoping he will be a little bit surprised by it. It's very much a special attacker. I'm privately hoping that his switch into this is going to be the P2 and I can catch it with a knockoff. That would be really helpful. Other than that, it kind of just hits his team fairly hard. Salazzle, it's got, for a Pokemon that has such small coverage and such a shallow special move pool, it's actually able to hit a lot of things with its coverage. You know, Poison and Fire is very nice. It gets Unsab Dragon coverage, we don't have that. And just a couple of others hidden away there. Next up, this is going to be my favourite set of the week. This is going to be Stupid Bill, the Necrozma, making a return. Leftovers, 248 HP, 192 special defense, calm nature I think. Minus special defense plus special defense minus attack. The remaining 68 have gone into speed. We've got Stored Power, Calm Mind, Iron Defense, and Substitute. There are two things here on RTK's team, two aspects of RTK's team that I think are going to allow this set to work. Number one, he has no psychic immunity. His only resistance to that, I believe, is the Cortana. And secondly, there was a second thing, yes, he has a Porygon 2, who is absolute and entire setup fodder for this guy. At +2 Calm Minds, none of his special attackers are breaking my my sub, outside of like a Specs Nidoqueen or something else, Specs. With +2 Iron Defense up, none of his physical attackers are breaking my sub outside of Choice Band or like Life Orb Cortana, which, as I already mentioned, I don't think if he's bringing, he can afford to bring it outside of the Scarf set. So if I can get those up, keep my sub up, get leftovers back when I can, Stored Power is going to sweep through his team. And this is kind of going to hopefully be late game. There are a number of stipulations that need to happen, a number of conditions that will allow this to work. I need chip damage on certain things. That Dragonite's multi-scale's got to go. And, you know, I need to break any potential sashes. Looking at his team, outside chance of Cortana being sashed, potentially the Thundurus as well. But Newcrustle can put in a massive amount of work here if RTK is not careful. So, next up we have Spaceman the Mamoswine. This is a very special little set that I've got planned out here. AV Thick Fat Mamoswine, Ice Shard, Earthquake, Icicle Spear and Knockoff. Max HP, 140 attack, 4 defense, 100 in special defense with the careful, calm nature, the one that's special defense up and special attack down. I get them mixed up. The remaining 12 are into speed. This guy right here is a very nice little check to Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is the bane of my team's existence. It can run through me if left unchecked. But Mamoswine can really deal with it and mess it up quite badly. You know, Mamoswine breaks through a lot of teams just with that ice and ground coverage. And the story's not particularly different here. You know, other than the likes of Tapu Fini, which is really actually the only thing particularly stopping it. P2 as well, I guess. But yeah, this is a very nice little set. Icicle Spear on there over Icicle Crash. I said there was an outside chance of the Thunderous Incarnate being sashed. More likely it's going to be Yachi Berry, in my mind. So, yeah, that's why I've got Icicle Spear on there, and Ice Shard to pick it off if that doesn't quite pick up the kill. So, final team member is going to be Morwile. Sadie the Morwile makes a return. This is another fully physically defensive set with Intimidate and Leftovers this time. Stealth Rock, Taunt, Play Rough, and the Flamethrower. Flamethrower there, this is sort of a secondary answer to the Cortana, if he wants to bring it. Flamethrower there will take it out, even with the negative special attack nature. Play Rough is on there just for general coverage. Looking at his team really quickly, he has 1 resistance to Play Rough, 2 resistances to Play Rough, sorry, Nidoqueen and the Arcanine. Rocks are going to be nice. His hazard removal is not amazing. Tapu Fini is good at it, I'll grant it, but Dragonite doesn't really want to be running Defog. Cortana can do it, but it's gimmicky at best. And Hitmonchan is a spinner, I guess. But yeah, that is going to be my team. Looking at RTK's things that I would expect him to be bringing. The Nidoqueen, absolutely 100% I would expect him to bring. As I say, it wrecks my team. Tapu Fini is a very nice answer to some of my physical threats too. So that I would assume is coming. The thing is, with 8 Mons, there's only, you know, he doesn't have as much choice obviously. So narrowing it down should be a little bit easier. The P2, I think, can fit onto any team that he's going to want to bring. The Thunderous, that outspeeds most of what I've got, so I can see him bringing that too. As to the others, Hitmonchan, I doubt. I feel like I have too many answers to Hitmonchan. So then it comes down really to Cortana and Arcanine. And out of those two, like, I feel Arcanine is potentially more likely. Like, the Cortana is such a massive threat, he used it very well last week, but I have so many answers to it, and if he does bring it, he's forced almost to bring it Scarfed. Like, that's not to say I'm not prepping for it, I have to prep for it, because again, an unchecked Cortana will run through me, so I have to prep for it. Hence the Zapdos is in there. The Salazzle is a very nice offensive switch, and like, it'll take a hit, probably. But yeah, I think if I was going to have a guess, it would have to be, yeah, Tapu Fini, Nidoqueen, Dragonite, P2. I'm going to have to plump for Arcanine and Thunderous Incarnate this time. So yeah, that is going to be the team builder for this week. So thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. Remember, links down in the description to RTK. Yeah, as I say, check out his stuff. He is a good friend and a good guy. So yeah, look at his stuff and enjoy it, which you will. But I'm getting out of here. Rambled on far too long as always. Well, actually we're under 10 minutes, which is good. We're aiming for that for all team builders. So, with that, my final thank you to you all for watching. And I guess with that, I will see you next time. Laters.